Yo, 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 what it is. Welcome to another episode of GOAT Talk. This is episode number 5, man. I appreciate y'all for joining in on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Hey, we appreciate you, man. And look, man, I hope you enjoyed the segment today. I hope you had a blessed and wonderful holiday, man. Hope y'all ate good, spent time with the family, got some good gifts going on and stuff like that, man. And what I'm saying, remember that, every day is a blessing and every time you get to spend some time with the family is always a blessing. So, well, I just hope it was good for you. So, y'all know how we do right here, man. You know what I'm saying? We break this thing down to four quarters, and then I just talk about, what I'm saying, my perspective on where I think things standing right now in the NBA regular season for the 2022-23 season. So without further ado, man, we're gonna get started with quarter number one. And quarter number one, I want to talk about a team that has been kind of surprising to me lately. Uh, I thought they were gonna be better starting out in the regular season, but then they kind of went down a little bit, but they coming back strong. And I want to pose a question to you. Uh, I want to ask you: are the Nets the favorite to make it out of the East? Are the Brooklyn Nets the favorite to make it out of the East, man? I know going into the season, there was a lot of people picks to not just make it to the NBA Finals, but they was they picks to win it all. And myself, you know, I enjoy watching KD when he went to the Warriors. A lot of people say that that was a weak move. You know, hey, I respect his move. You go wherever you think you're gonna win at. It was a good fit. And to me, man, KD, other than LeBron, I think LeBron, KD, and Steph are probably the best superstars in NBA history that could play with other superstars. The reason why I say that is because uh, them three have been proven to play with other great talents, and it don't really take away from their game and what they bring to the game. So I think those three are good, and what KD was able to do with the Golden State Warriors, be their leading scorer, and just really move without the ball. It was just brilliant to see. So, I always enjoy watching KD. I love KD game. KD reminds me of T Mac so much, man. And I watched a segment not too long ago, and they asked him who was the one of the players he watched coming up, and T Mac was one of them. So it's just intriguing to me to see how you could watch somebody coming up in the game, and your game can pretty much, like, what I'm saying, build off theirs. And with Kobe it was Jordan, and you could just really take from others and really make something of yourself. So uh man, KD reminds me of a T Mac, but and a little bit of Carmelo when Carmelo was in his peak. You know what I'm saying, when he was all that doing all doing a lot of scoring and all that, especially when he was with the Knicks. And for him to be 7 feet and do what he do, man, look, anytime KD on the court, I want to watch him play. So with having that type of dynamic in that play in KD, and then you add Kyrie to it, probably one of the best ball handlers that's ever stepped foot on a basketball floor. I don't think too many people would dispute with that. What we see Kyrie do reminds me of, what I'm saying, Pistol Pete. You know what I'm saying, White Chocolate. Uh, you know what I'm saying, uh, Steve Francis, Tim Hardaway, AI, Nash. I mean, all of that, you put them together. I'm talking about ball handlers, and I may have skipped some people, but Kyrie is all of those guys put together, man, and he does it with he does it fundamentally sound. So it's not like he out there doing a lot of ball carrying and stuff like that. He actually out there making some good plays. He don't waste no moves. You know, you see guys that dribble the ball, they may waste moves and they dribble. You know what I'm saying? You wasting a lot of energy. Every move Kyrie makes, it's a decision behind it, and it's either a move. If that don't happen, it's a counter move, and he not just patting. I don't like guys that just pat the ball. You know what I'm saying? Dribble with some with a mission. Cause really, man, if you holding the ball for more than 2 seconds, man, hurting your team anyway. But anyway, Kyrie dribble the ball. He uh he making moves with it. So going into the season, man, I had Kyrie and KD with the Nets, man, like going far. My only question was how was they gonna work with Steve Nash coaching again, and they finally let him go. And you know what I'm saying, I don't wish nobody nothing bad on nobody, man. I understand it's a business, and I hope he continue to make money with the game of basketball. But when it come to like winning, man, you got to get the good fits. And a lot of times, man, the coaches they be the first ones to get clipped first. Not to say that it was his fault why they wasn't coming together, but you got to do what kind of moves you can do. And they clipped him, and they've been playing that good ever since. So man, they've been looking real strong, man. Like with the addition of Ben Simmons finally getting his confidence back, finally playing like the Ben Simmons we know. Ben Simmons, man, he brings so much to the game, and people don't really take it in consideration because it's like we all, as consumers of the basketball game, we just want to see people scoring, not understanding that scoring is actually a role in the game of basketball. There's only one ball. That means everybody not gonna be able to score. But Ben Simmons can affect the game without being a scorer. He could play defense on guards all the way to centers. Um, excuse me. Without him being great offensively as of late, he is still a threat offensively. So you can't count Ben Simmons out. And the reason him being a threat defensively and still being a threat offensively is a problem because he's a playmaker with the ball. He's averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds. Those are Draymond Green numbers, and 6 assists. Those are Draymond Green numbers, and Draymond Green got 4 rings in his role. So what the Brooklyn Nets are doing with Ben Simmons is similar to what Golden State is able to do with Draymond Green, but you don't really see, you know what I'm saying, Ben Simmons running a lot of sets and stuff like that, but he can do it, and it's good to see Ben Simmons leading the fast break. So just the defensive threat, and you know what I'm saying, the ability to block the ball with Nick Claxton and KD and Ben Simmons, man, you pretty much got almost 3 7-footers guarding you on the perimeter in the man in the paint. That's a tough lineup, man. And then you throw Seth Curry in there. You throw Markeith Morris in there, man. Like this team is very very dangerous right now. And you know, Boston's still the favorite right now as far as standings go. As of right now, Milwaukee, I still have them at my pick to come out the East, but Brooklyn with 9 games straight as we close in on the second quarter of the NBA regular season. With Brooklyn having 9 games straight, long as they stay healthy, I can see Brooklyn making it to that number 1 seed and man, I really could see them getting out of the East. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to see what you think. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the Brooklyn Nets can, you know what I'm saying, be the favorite to make it out the East and represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals? I do. I feel like if you a top four team in your prospective conference, I don't feel like is anything in your way. At that point, it's not too much wiggle room now. If you sitting down there in the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spot, uh, it's gonna be hard to make it out of that conference. But if you're a top four team, that's you a championship contender. And like I say, as of right now, I'm still holding on to my preseason pick as Milwaukee being the strongest team. Um, I don't think they still don't have Chris Middleton. So if he not back by the playoffs, man, that's probably gonna change for me because I don't really see them doing anything without him. They need that dynamic. If it's just Giannis and the rest of the guys, that's not a championship team. I'm gonna just be all the way. But Brooklyn is approaching. I think they could be the number one team, but Boston is still the best team in the East. They still the Eastern Conference champs, and until they get knocked out, that's just what it is. So look, man, long as KD and Kyrie on the floor, that is a dangerous team, man. I want to know what your thoughts is about that, man. Make sure you chime in, subscribe, and so you could be notified when it's another Goat Talk episode. So look, man, like I said, Brooklyn has a chance to be the team to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. Milwaukee is still my pick, but Brooklyn is on a roll. Boston is still the Eastern Conference champs, but I do not think Boston will represent the East in the Eastern Conference Finals. Not in the East Conference Finals, but in the NBA Finals. I don't think Boston will be that team. They the number one team and been the number one team for almost all the season so far. It's been between them and Milwaukee. I just don't think they'll do it. But we got a little bit more time to see, and I'm open to changing my opinion because the league is fluid, the seasons is fluid, the game is fluid, so your judgment got to be fluid as well. I mean, you're not really giving no good you're not a good analytical source or opinionary source if you ain't willing to change your opinion based on what you see, and I just call it how I see it, right or wrong. So yeah, Brooklyn is that team to watch right now, man. I said that last week. I'm saying it right now again, man. Brooklyn is that team to watch. They is that team. Ain't nobody trying to play right now. Philly, Philly a problem too, but Brooklyn is really finally getting it together, and I'm happy to say that. I'm happy to see that, man. It's a good product for the NBA when KD and Kyrie clicking, man. It's a good product. All right, let's move on to quarter number two, man. Quarter number two. Oh man, I want to ask y'all like this, man. Straight up, man. God, man, I hate to talk about these dudes, man, but look, man, it's a lot of people that like this team. Like it's either the Knicks or the Lakers that you know what I'm saying people like, man. And man, we sitting down here, man, in the Western Conference at number 13, 14 and 20, man. And it's crazy because anytime LeBron on the floor, you hope that team has a good chance to win. It seems as though that team has a good chance to win just because how good he is, but no Anthony Davis, man. And look, man, the Lakers played a real good game. Uh, Yesterday, they won 129 and 110 against Orlando. But man, on the real, that ain't nothing to hang your hats on because Orlando is 13 and 22. So last week they were a hot team. They were 8-2 in the last 10 games. But that's not a team, you know what I'm saying, you gonna hang your hat on. But in the NBA, man, a victory is a victory. Uh the Lakers are 4-6 in their last 10 games, man. They 7-13 in the conference, which is very important when you talking about seeding and if they gonna make the play in. They not even 500 in the conference. And on the road they 6-12. At home they only 8-8. And they 8.5 games back from the first spot in the loss column. I see. Uh, 14-20, man. 14-20 with LeBron, King James, Russell Westbrook, two Hall of Famers. Anthony Davis injured, but he's a Hall of Famer. You got Patrick Beverly, that is arguably one of the best defenders in the game right now. Uh, Man, they got so many good pieces, man. But I want to ask you, is it over for the Lakers, man? Is it time to go ahead and say, look, after this season, we need to go ahead and let LeBron go? If we don't let LeBron go, we need to let AD go, man. Let Westbrook go, man. If you can't get out of all of these big contracts, man, and just go ahead and start setting up for a rebuild. If we gonna retire LeBron as a Laker, let's go ahead and retire LeBron as a Laker. But let's go ahead and free up some cap space because the Lakers are paying championship contending money for this team. But this team, man, I'm gonna be real, they are not a championship contender team, man. Right now, this looks like the team that Kobe had when Kobe was about to retire. But this team is better than that Kobe team. But when you looking at the record, man, like it really ain't no difference, man. I know it's a long season and things could change, man. And I was hoping that the Lakers can make it to the play-in at least, but they still got a chance. But it's just looking really like it's over for the Lakers, man. I'm just going ahead and tell you like that. If you're a Laker fan, you might well just start preparing your heart and your mind to watch another team to represent you in the playoffs. You out there in California, you might want to watch the Sacramento Kings. Go ahead, get your mind familiar with those players, get to know them, buy their jerseys, cause the Lakers ain't going nowhere, man. If they don't make it out this season, look, the Lakers gonna probably be down for a good few years. I don't know what they draft picks look like, but man, it's looking like they gonna be bad for a good while. It's gonna be a dark season for these Lakers, man. After this season, and when LeBron retires, it's gonna really be over for them. So I'm just calling it how I see it, man. I'm almost about to pull the plug on them for real. I'm about to pull the plug on them as far as making the play in. Yeah, they sitting at 13, man, and man, my Warriors down here at 10, man. No Steph. They one game down from 500, on 2 game winning streak. So they right where I want them to be until Steph come back, but they got to get better on the road, man. Like that ain't no good. You 14-2 at the house and 3-16 on the road. In the playoffs, who you gonna beat on the road? You ain't you not you gonna not gonna be having no home court advantage. So this ain't helping you when you get ready for the playoff cause you're gonna have to be on the road. You can't win no road games, you going home, man. You gonna make it to the play in, but as how it's looking right now, if the Warriors make the play in, they gonna get bounced, man. They gonna get bounced. They gonna be that team to be up out of there. So I was hoping the Lakers would be a lot better, man. Looks like the only thing the Lakers got going for them is LeBron James passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's really what it looked like. LeBron has 601 points to go before he passed Kareem, and that is great because that's a record no one thought would be broken, let alone being broken by LeBron James, because LeBron James has never really looked in been looked at in the eyes of people as a score first guy. He's always been looked at as a team player, playmaker. But we know that at any time LeBron James can score, and with him being the all-time leading scorer, man, I think we could rest the case and just say LeBron James is a scorer, man. I mean, as much as people don't want to accept it, man, you don't average 27 points a game in the NBA for your whole career and you not no scorer. This dude is a scorer at the top. LeBron James, if not the best scorer in NBA history, he one of the best scorers in NBA history. You could throw Mike in there, you could throw Kobe in there, you could throw AI in there, you could throw any scorer in there. LeBron James is in the conversation, and he is fit to be the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. GOAT talk, you know what I'm saying? Some people say he the GOAT. He not the GOAT in my opinion, cause I count rings. So at the end of the day, the GOAT is Bill Russell, Billy GOAT. And till you get 12 rings, you ain't seeing him. No, he didn't lead in points because points ain't everything. But he got rings and he dominated his era, and it was through one of the hardest eras in NBA history to play basketball. You know, we don't need to go deep into history, but just look at what he had to go through to be a part of the Boston Celtics, and part of that is one of the reasons why he is my GOAT. And until somebody can get 12 rings and impact the culture and impact history like he did, it won't be no GOAT. It's just some guys that's just untouchable when it comes to like these sports stuff, like Muhammad Ali and Bill Russell, man. Like is these some of these guys, man, you ain't seeing them on no level. So I rest that, man. Bill Russell is the GOAT. It took a lot for me to get to this realization, but that's where I'm at with that, and that's why I'm at peace with. If all you gonna say is LeBron the GOAT cause he could score and he got 4 rings, that don't really make him better than MJ. And if you gonna tell me MJ the GOAT just cause he got 6 rings and no finals losses, come on, man. Who you fooling? MJ was good, but you can't tell me guys like Ja Morant don't make you question that. Come on, man. You can't tell me you don't look at Ja Morant and look at these guys playing today and it make you question if MJ still a GOAT. You can't even tell me that you can't look at Kobe straight on YouTube and watch his highlights and you can't tell me that you ain't questioning MJ being your GOAT. You can't tell me you ain't looking at LeBron James through all his career and what he has accomplished and you ain't questioning that MJ your GOAT. So if it ain't about rings and impacting your team and being a team leader and dominating your era, if it ain't about that, then what are we basing the GOAT debate on? What are we basing the GOAT talk on? Is it about our preference? Is it about who we like? Is it about what we want to see? If that's the case, that ain't GOAT. That's just your favorite. But when it comes to competing at a sport, you are defined by wins and you are defined by being a champion. And in the NBA, you got to get rings. And no one has dominated an era of basketball like Bill Russell. And I rest my case with that, man. You could take it how you want to take it. The way he played, he ran the flow, he did his job. I would take Bill Russell today and put him on my team as a center or a power forward. Rest his soul. I would. I would. He'll be on my team today. Cause I just like the way he played. You know what I'm saying? I like what he brought to the game. And look, man, I had to mature in my perspective on the game and really see it for what it is. And points ain't everything, man. So I like to say this: it might be over for the Lakers, man. It's just being real. Know a lot of y'all like them, but go ahead and Some of y'all don't even be watching their games, man. Y'all be having it on. Y'all don't even be watching, man. Y'all be eating food and everything else, man. Like ain't nobody really watching them on TV, man. They not good right now, man. And I'm just being real. They gotta everybody got an opportunity because the season ain't over. But yeah, man, I'm not impressed with the win against the Magic, man. I'm not impressed with that. I'm not impressed with that. They got the heat. They got the heat tonight. So let's see what you do against the Miami Heat tonight. If you really making some moves, let's see what you do with the Miami Heat tonight because the Miami Heat is the eighth seed in the NBA. I mean in the Eastern Conference, 17-17. They need to win so they can move up in the standings because they're not living up to what we think they could be in the East. Miami Heat should be a top five team right now in the NBA in the Eastern Conference. So for them to not be there and the Lakers to be where they at, this should be a good game to watch tonight. So let's see what the Lakers do, how they respond coming off that win. This is the second of a back-to-back for them. So I don't look for LeBron to even play. So if he do play, that'll be good. But man, it's not looking good for them, man. And I'm just gonna tell it like it is. It's not good for the Lakers right now, man. It's not. It's really not. So yeah, man, let's get into this quarter number 3. All right, man. In this quarter number 3, shoot, man, we got to put some respect on this dude name, man. Look, there's a lot of hoopers out there, man. It's a lot of hoopers out there that's not even in the league. But when you could get on this level right here, man, this NBA level, and do well, and not just well, but substantially well, that's awesome, man. So after scoring 60 points and then having 21 rebounds, 10 assists, man. Like, is it time to say that Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA? Is it time to say that after what he did last night, man? After what he did, is Luka Doncic the best player in the NBA, man? You got to go back and watch just highlights from how they rallied back in the game to where he hit the game, to hit the point, hit the shot to, tie it up at the end after missing a free throw. I mean, a lot of things got to work out in your favor for you to win a game of that magnitude in that type of environment. Uh, but and it was against the Knicks, so dang, that's unfortunate that something like that, a historical, that is crazy. All these historical moments be happening in New York, man. That is, but they can't get no good team, man. Like, dang, they can't get no star. They need Luca in in New York, but I don't even know if he'll really help them. But I mean, 60 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists. He's number two in the he's number two in lead in points leaders. I'm not sure where he's at in the MVP race, but I'm sure he's top two. And he's averaging 33.6 points a game. Joel Embiid is averaging 33.7 points a game. And as far as the MVP candidates, I have Joel Embiid ahead of him only because I believe the MVP is the best player on the best team. That's my thing. Like, I don't care if you score the most points. You gotta be the best player on the best team. And right now, uh, Philly is ahead of uh, Dallas in standings. Philly is number 5. Excuse me. Dallas is at number 6. So it's just like in the points race. He's not. I don't have Embiid ahead of him by much. It's only one game and point 1 point. So if Luka Doncic end up having a better team successful season than Embiid, I don't see why he's not the best player in the NBA. You think about what he could do on the floor. He's not the fastest guy, and he can't jump the highest, but he could do everything. Like he can run, he can jump, and he's a good playmaker. He's not Steph when it comes to shooting, but you can't leave him open. And man, averaging 8 rebounds a game, 8 assists, and 33 points. Dude almost averaging a triple double for the season, man. Uh, he's a matchup problem. You can't do nothing pretty much with him. His game is deceitful because man, you look at him and look at his moves. You like, man, how he getting that shot off? But he is dangerous, man. He is a problem. And look, man, he on his way to being the best player in the NBA. I'm just gonna say it right now, man. He is top 5 right now. Uh, don't ask me who I think the best player is right now. You know what I mean? Um, right now, my opinion, the best player in the NBA is Joel Embiid. But after him, it is Luka. So that's why I think it is right now. I mean, team success is everything. Steph is good, but I can't say Steph is the best player in the game as far as like this season. I'm talking about this season. I'm not talking about the era. I'm not talking about past 5 years. I'm talking about this season. Who was the best player in the NBA this regular season? And I can't say you the best player in the NBA if your team is in number 10 spot. It just don't make sense to me. Team success is everything. Are you leading your team to victories, to wins? That's what matters. Yes, Steph Curry is a historical great talent. He's in a lot of people's minds, he's the best the best point guard that ever played. He's the best shooter. Uh, great on all levels. But right now, he is not the best player in the game, man. You you got to look at team success, man. You got Joel Embiid, you got Luka, you got Jason Tatum, then you got Giannis, and number 5, man. I'ma say Ja Morant. So they're my top 5 players in the NBA right now. I got Joel Embiid, Luka, but he not ahead of Luka by much. Maybe next week it'll be Luka. Some people say Luka the best right now. You know what I'm saying? That's them. I just ain't giving it to him just yet, cause team success is important. Uh, but man, and you gotta say, man, why you got Ja Morant ahead of KD? Cause KD and Kyrie are good and they great, and he's a great player. But when I think about team success, for that young team to be in Memphis to be doing what they doing at this stage in his career, in Ja Morant, man, I just have to give it to him at least for another week, man. Maybe next week it'll be different, but man, at least the next week, and that's even ahead of Zion. I don't even have Zion in top 5. He ain't played enough for me. But Ja Morant, man, you just think about the wow factor when you watching him play. He's another guy like Luka. You don't know what he gonna do, man. Them two young talents right there, man. I can see them going back and forth for what I'm saying, for the near future, going back and forth in the NBA. I don't even have Jokic. You know what I'm saying? It's so many great players, man. I don't even have the Joker in my top 5. Honestly, I don't watch enough of him. I need to watch him a little bit more. But from what I have seen from him, he like Luka. He's a problem. I know this dreaming, but it'd be dope to see him and Luka play together, man. But he's not even in my top five. But maybe next week him and KD will be in there. But that means somebody got to come out. Giannis or either Ja. But right now, man, Luka is looking like he gonna be the best player in the NBA. He already a problem right now, and don't nobody want to see him on the floor. So I wouldn't be surprised if Luka becomes the best player in the NBA, and he is for a while because he's still young. And I wouldn't be surprised if Luka ended up being the NBA MVP of the regular season. I'm still waiting to see. I want to see who's gonna get that Clutch Award, Clutch Player of the Year award. I want to see who's gonna get that. I want to see if standings play a part on that. If you could be on a sorry team and still get that Clutch Award. I'm really excited to see how they gonna do that. All right, man. Let's get ready for quarter number 4, so we get up out of here, man. I know y'all got things y'all need to do, and if you join me on your lunch break, I appreciate you, and I hope to continue to bring some fire content to you, man, and some good topics about this the NBA game, man. While we still got it, and while I'm still interested in it, man. So, yeah, my last segment of the day, man, is do you think the Denver Nuggets will remain in the number one spot for the Western Conference in the NBA? Right now, the Denver Nuggets are number one. They 22-11. They are on a 5-game win streak, 8-2 in the last 10 games. They 10-8 away. Excuse me. They 12-3 at home, 18-7 in the conference. They have a .667 win percentage. They only got 11 losses, 22 wins. That's a recipe for a championship team. And But I don't think they're gonna be in that number one spot for long. Uh, but it's good to see them right there. And man, they've been good. They've been one of the good teams for a little while in the NBA, but they ain't been able to make it to the finals. And the thing about being a good team for many, many years in the NBA is eventually you're gonna age out of success. If you can't win with these guys in your prime, eventually your roster is gonna get older, and you're not gonna be able to keep everybody to on your team up under the salary cap, because these guys that's bona fide and talented, they're gonna be due a lot of money for you to keep them on your team. So man, they got a real good team. They really do. It's good to see Jamal Murray back. I really like they lineup with Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, uh, Michael Porter Jr., Tavis Caldwell Pope. I like how they got Ish Smith coming in. Uh, they got a great coaching staff. They really got a recipe for success in Denver. But I want to ask you, do you think they gonna be the number one team as we complete the NBA regular season? Do you think they're gonna be the number one team? Like, I don't see why they can't, cause the Western Conference is hard. They seventh in points per game, 15th in rebounds, second in assists. Uh, they 17th in opponents' points per game. But man, hmm. I still got the Warriors, man. I'm still holding on to them to make it out the West. Yeah, I am. I'm holding on for a little bit. But when I look at the standings, man, in the West, when I look at the standings in the Western Conference, I look at the Nuggets, I look at the Pelicans, I look at the Grizzlies, I look at the Clippers. Clippers being number 4. The Nuggets, man, they good. But as of right now, I can't see them making it to the finals, man. I really can't. I feel like they got a little bit more proving to do, and I could be wrong. They on a 5-game win streak, and as long as you got Jokic on your team, man, you gonna always be a team of success. He's been a winner ever since he been in the NBA. So, man, I don't think they gonna make it out the West, but they the number 1 team right now, and they could prove me wrong. So, I want to know what you think about that, man. You Denver Nugget fans, I know y'all feel like y'all can make it, ain't nothing in the way, but I don't think y'all gonna make it to the NBA Finals, and I could be wrong. It'd be good to see, but I don't think the Nuggets gonna make it to the NBA Finals, man. So they are the best team in the West. I get them another week to be the number 1 team in the West right now. I get them another week, but that's about it. They good, but I don't think they gonna make it to the NBA Finals. Uh, Not right now. Maybe in a couple more weeks my mind will change, but as of right now, I don't think they're gonna make it. They got some good pieces. Uh, they got the second best center in the game right now, and it's not by much. Again, it's not by much. I mean, you really you ain't losing nothing if you pick Joker over Embiid or Embiid over Joker. You're really not losing much. They both dynamic, uh, and they both great. So look, man, that's all I got for you today, man. I hope you enjoyed it, and try to do this thing again next Wednesday at 12. Um, if I don't do it next Wednesday at 12, I will notify everybody on social media with the updated schedule. Uh, you can follow Will Bitterstock on all social media platforms, like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, subscribe to all of my YouTube channels to see more content that I got. Basketball league, music, and sermons and stuff like that for those of you of faith. And for those of you that like what I do, man, I'm gonna be streaming on Twitter Spaces at 1 o'clock with my boy Moose Grizzly. We got a podcast called Faith Game that we just dropped. So tune in on Twitter at 1 p.m. today to listen to our podcast Faith Game, where we just really just put people on Faith Game and talk about the things that God inspires to. So I hope this was a good segment for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you, man. Until next time, y'all be easy.